Hey everyone, welcome to Movie Watch. I'm your watcher Steve, and today I'll be going through 15 Easter eggs you missed in She-Hulk Episode 1. So let's get started. Number 1. At the beginning of the episode, we open to Jen practicing a speech for the jury. This speech is about how people in a position of power have a responsibility to do the right thing. This speech directly relates to Jen becoming She-Hulk. In other words, for finding herself in a position of power, and that she now has a responsibility to do the right thing with her newfound power. Something she hasn't quite come to grips with yet. This speech, I'm sure, is also foreshadowing for what we will explore throughout the rest of the She-Hulk series. Number 2. While Jen and Bruce are driving, Bruce comments on how Jen uses chopsticks to eat her chips or crisps with. This is a reference to Oscar Isaac, as he posted a photo of himself eating chips or crisps, whatever you want to call them, with chopsticks. It's funny how meta Marvel gets sometimes. Number 3. It is very quick, but during the same car ride, we can just hear Bruce explaining to Jen about the device on his arm. He explains that he designed the device to prevent him from hulking out. He also stated quickly that his arm started healing as a result, although as we can see from the sling, it is healing rather slowly. Number 4. The spaceship that causes Jen and Bruce to run off the road is the same type of ship that the Grandmaster uses on Sakaar in Thor Ragnarok. It happens very quickly, so only the eagle-eyed fans will have noticed this one straight away. Number 5. After Jen turns into the Hulk for the first time and runs off on Bruce, she finds herself at a bar looking for help. As she enters, a QR code can be seen on the wall to her right. If you scan this QR code, it will take you to a free download of the West Coast Avengers Atlantis Attacks comic. A subtle Easter egg to Black Panther 2, perhaps. After all, we will be seeing Atlantis for the first time in the MCU in Black Panther 2. Number 6. In the same bar, but in a different room, there are multiple Easter eggs on the chalkboard on the wall behind Jen. If you look closely, you can see that someone has drawn the Avengers Symbol as well as a spider, representing our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, of course. With these, we can also see Miss Marvel's symbol drawn on the board, and, to the left of that, a star with the words R.I.P. Biggie, which could be a tribute to Captain America. After all, we don't know what the world has been told about Cap. The world may think he is dead, and this could be a tribute to him. This one could be a bit of a stretch, but hey, you never know. Number 7. When Jen wakes up at Bruce's hideaway house, she touches an Iron Man helmet. I believe this helmet is from one of his suits that was destroyed in the fight against Killian in Iron Man 3. It appears that Bruce may have kept this as a way to remember Tony and the sacrifice he made for the world. Number 7. While talking to Jen, Bruce mentions how the Sakaarian ship that they crashed into was trying to deliver a message. Fans have speculated that this could be an Easter egg that will lead into a World War Hulk storyline and perhaps a solo Hulk movie. Number 8. This is a small one and hardly surprising given he helped build the place, but if you look closely at the blades Bruce uses in his experiment to get Jen to turn into She-Hulk, they have Stark written on them. It's good to know that Pepper still keeps Bruce supplied with everything he may need, even with Tony gone. Number 9. After Jen does Hulk out, we discover that she is conscious and completely aware of everything going on. Bruce realizes that she doesn't have an alter ego and says as much to Jen, to which she responds, "As far as I'm aware." This is very subtle, but in the comics, Jen does have an alter ego. I believe this means that Jen just isn't aware, but she does indeed have an alter ego, something we will probably see towards the end of the series. I hope. Number 10. During the scene where Jen and Bruce hang out and drink, we find out Tony Stark helped build Bruce's bar. Bruce says that Tony mainly drank and complained about Steve. This could be an Easter egg to Tony's alcohol abuse in the comics. Also a bit of a stretch, I admit, but Along with this, the scene also gives us a timeline as to when the bar was built. It has to have been built during the 5-year blip of Endgame, as Tony was still upset with Steve at that point, and Bruce wasn't on Earth before Infinity War because he was on Sakaar. The only time the bar could have been built was during that time. Number 11. During their confrontation, we see Smart Hulk use the Hulk clap against Jen. This is the first time that we see this move since the Incredible Hulk movie, back when Edward Norton was in the role. Number 12. The Hulk clap is an Easter egg to the Abomination, who was the villain in the Incredible Hulk movie. We know from the trailer that he will be appearing later in the show, so this could be a callback to when Hulk used the move on him. The only time before now that we'd seen the move in the MCU. Number 13. The drawings we used in the end credits are the same style found in the She-Hulk comic. Number 14. The girl that Hulk refers to in the end credits scene when he and Jen talk about Captain America losing his virginity is a callback to when Cap met a pretty blonde girl on a flight of stairs during the USO tour. This girl is played by the same actress that played Peter Quill's mother in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. And number 15. Disney has not chosen to do the fourth wall breaking we see in the show because of the popularity of Deadpool. In the comics, Jen does break the fourth wall as well, so this is actually keeping in character. And that was 15 Easter eggs you missed from She-Hulk Episode 1. I hope you enjoyed listening. If you liked this episode, then check out some of my others. I give reviews on movies like Morbius and shows such as House of the Dragon. I also do movie and TV show trivia, so feel free to check those out too. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you next time.